Middlesbrough could be forgiven for dreading this fixture. They've suffered some heavy defeats against Arsenal in recent years, but there's a feeling here on Teesside tonight that this could be the day their luck changes. Confidence is high after a 7-match unbeaten run, and Borough have lost only once in their last 10 games. Gareth Southgate has got them defending much better, and they're also scoring plenty of goals. There's an extra bonus for Borough tonight with the return of Mark Viduka after injury. He replaces James Morrison. First choice goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer is still out with a back problem, so his fellow Aussie Brad Jones continues to deputise.
Yeah, and a goalkeeper, a game like this won't phase him. Played at Old Trafford last year, saved a penalty from Ruud van Nistelrooy. Pretty much a settled back four in front of him. They're playing exceptionally well together as a unit. Of course, Jonathan Woodgate in great form, hence the England call-up next week. In the middle of the park, nice blend, Boateng and Aka. Boateng the ball winner, Aka lacing on the ball. It's good service into Yakubu and Viduka. Cattermole, I guess, will play a little bit narrower, won't hug the touchline. Of course, Stuart Down and well bolted apart here in the last home game.
It's a great time to be an Arsenal fan. Victory against Manchester United in the league, then the old enemy Tottenham in the Carling Cup. Arsene Wenger seems to have two teams that he can choose from. He made 6 changes from the lineup that got through to another cup final. Back come Jens Lehmann, Kyle Clichy, Matthew Flamini, Cesc Fabregas, Thomas Rosicky, and most significant of all, Thierry Henry. And with several other stars due to return from injury in the next couple of weeks, Arsenal's squad is looking ominously strong.
Well, unlike Middlesbrough, this is a back four that's chopped and changed a bit for Arsenal this season. No doubt, Gareth Southgate looking for Viduka and Yakubu have formed a terrific partnership of late. If you trouble Toure and Senderos, just get to the centre of the park, things start looking pretty good for Arsenal. Fabregas, I mean, you're talking about, what, 19 years of age, possibly one of the best midfield players in world football at this moment in time. Gilberto scored a lot of goals from that central midfield position, 7 in the Premiership this season. Flamini, I think, is in there on the right-hand side. I think Arsene Wenger will be a little bit concerned about the performances of Downing of late. He'll be hoping Flamini helps out Hoyt to make sure Downing doesn't get too much of the ball. Up front, Adebayor and Henry, well, Adebayor beginning to score goals. Looks a terrific prospect, and well, what more is there to say about Thierry Henry?
Long trip for these Arsenal fans, but they've certainly enjoyed their recent visits to Teesside. The Gunners won 6-1 here a few years ago, and they've also had a couple of 4-0 victories at the Riverside in recent times. Indeed, it's been a similar story for Arsenal on home soil. They got 7 goals against Borough at Highbury last season, 5 the season before. The big new name who joined Middlesbrough during the January transfer window was Dong-Guk Lee, a South Korean international. He didn't play for them in the World Cup, he was injured. He has been capped over 60 times for his country. He's been playing in South Korea. He also had a short spell in the German league at Werder Bremen. He's short of fitness at the moment, that's why he's sitting it out, rather than out there with his new teammates. Much closer between these two teams when they met at the Emirates back in September. Arsenal needed a late penalty from that man in front, Thierry Henry, to rescue a point in that game after James Morrison had given Borough the lead with a superb goal. Big crowd here tonight. Remarkably mild evening for the northeast of England, I have to say. It's been a beautiful sunny day in this region. This has all the makings of a classic encounter. Two teams who both believe in attacking, adventurous football. And remember, it's a fixture with a history for producing goals. Well, Teesside has become something of a graveyard for the Premiership's big names in recent seasons. Chelsea were beaten here twice in a row, and both Manchester United and Arsenal themselves have lost at the Riverside. Middlesbrough back in form, so too at Arsenal. We're live with Middlesbrough against Arsenal next.
Live from the Barclays Premiership, it's Middlesbrough against Arsenal, available in high definition on channel 483 if you have an HD set-and box. If you're a Sky Digital viewer, press the red button on your remote control to make use of the interactive facilities. Let's get back up to the commentary box. Gordon McQueen and Alan Parry.
Thierry Henry here is in top form at the moment. Since his mid-season break, he scored 4 goals in his last 5 games. He'll need to be in top form today. He's up against Jonathan Woodgate, who's got a smile back on his face. It's the fittest he's been for a long time. He's enjoying life again, here with his hometown club, of course. And yesterday's call-up to the England squad was a huge bonus. 2 of the Premiership's in-form teams go head-to-head then. Just 1 defeat in 10 for Middlesbrough, 1 in 16 for Arsenal. Gareth Southgate has promised that Borough will go all out on attack, in line with their new adventurous policy. And since that's the only way Arsenal ever play, it really has the makings of a game to relish this. Looking forward to this, Gordon.
Well, it's certainly a good game for the neutrals. There's lots of goals. Middlesbrough Arsenal games or Arsenal Middlesbrough. Bad news is that for Middlesbrough fans, it's normally Arsenal that score the vast majority of them, although scoring's not been a problem for Middlesbrough lately. Kubu and Viduka in terrific form.
Woodgate back in the England squad after an absence of 3 years, 3 injury-ravaged years. But this is the longest run of successive appearances he's had for any team in all that time. Playing alongside Woodgate. He was a doubt for this game with a hamstring injury, but he's come through his fitness test. Marker now in the middle of midfield, and Gareth Southgate says that's one of the main reasons why Borough's form has improved. He's moved in from his usual position out wide. Xavier is enjoying his unexpected return to Middlesbrough. Woodgate. Andrew Taylor out on the left-hand side, just 20. Holding down that position at left back now since Kudru moved on. And a lovely ball inside to Downing. He's got Yakubu and Catamol on mark momentarily. Couldn't pick them out. Not like him. Pogatet's forced to defend at the other end. A good high-tempo start this by Borough, as promised. Marker holds off the challenge. Downing. Boateng. Much more confident Middlesbrough team than we saw in the opening months of the season. Offside here, Yakubu.
Yeah, and Stuart Downing in the type of form I touched on before the game started about Flamini. Back there to help Hoyt out. Just seen the type of form Downing's in there. Nobody on the end of his cross. Clichy eventually cuts it out. Good defending and good concentration with the full back. Bright start for Middlesbrough, certainly arc in the middle of the park, seen a little bit of the ball already and made good use of it.
Henry's header on to Rosicki, cleared by Woodgate. Downing will join Woodgate in that England squad for the friendly against Spain at Old Trafford on Wednesday. Clichy was outstanding when he came on as a late substitute against Tottenham on Wednesday. He has filled the void left behind by Ashley Cole's departure. Gets it back from the captain. Thierry Henry was offside. Flag had gone up, but wouldn't have counted anyway. Downing, an obvious key man in this game for Middlesbrough today. The form he's been in of late. He could give Hoyt a very difficult night. Duca, a welcome return to the side, but a poor ball by him. Now Rosicki, Adebayor. Pogatetz has it back for Middlesbrough. Southgate's team have won 3 of their last 4 Premiership fixtures and drew the other one at Pompey on Tuesday. They've actually slipped down 3 places in the table as a result of the games played earlier today. Arsenal 4th, now 5 points behind Liverpool, and with Bolton breathing down their necks. Gilberto back in the side after his recent 3-match suspension. Sanderos, who's recovered from a head wound he suffered against Tottenham on Wednesday. Catamo, big favourite with the fans here. Viduka called offside.
Well, certainly the assistant referee gets a real good look at this one, and he's several yards offside in actual fact. We mentioned Flamini helping his fullback Hoyt out every possible occasion, doubling up on Downey. No doubt Arsenal see him as a big threat. They expect Catamo to do the same with Xavier, the right-hand side of the pitch here. There's this Cliche who likes to get forward.
Henry offside again. Arsenal with only 1 defeat in their last 16 League and Cup games, and they were beaten 1-0 at Sheffield United in December. They've gone 8 matches unbeaten since that match at Bramall Lane. Woodgate's free kick out to Downing. Claiming a foul there as Hoyt jumped into him.
I think what Gareth Southgate would stress to his players before they went out tonight, you know, having a real go, don't stand off Arsenal and destroy if you let them play football, and remind them they have lost at City, West Ham, Bolton, Fulham, Sheffield United, so their form hasn't been particularly consistent.
Here's Pogatetz, ball over the top for Viduka, who's onside this time. Catamo helps it on. Senderos took a risk, letting that go out of play, but he was right in the end. Xavier. Gas putting it on to Gilberto, and it proved to be a decent ball for Flamini. Well read by young Taylor. He gets it back again. The man who came through the famed youth academy here by Dave Parnaby, whose son Stuart is amongst the youngsters. He made the first team at Middlesbrough. He's out injured at the moment. It's a lovely ball. Kubu holding it up against Hoyt and getting his cross in much too close to the returning Jens Lehmann. He's been rested for the last 3 Arsenal games, all of them cup ties, of course, and I'm sure you read the stories in the morning papers about his manager suggesting that his future at the Emirates isn't exactly guaranteed. And he's gone back for the return here. That's also joining in. Vitesse had a little stab at the ball. Corner.
There's a word at the corner here, but Middlesbrough fans behind that goal certainly don't agree with the assistant referee's decision. A little bit of defending for Middlesbrough to do now. For the first time in this match.
Arsenal had a huge number of set pieces against Tottenham and were pretty ineffective, to be honest. And the first one here, not too effective either. Clichy. Gilberto. It's a lovely looking ball if Flamini can reach it. Get his cross in first time, but the deflection this time is in Middlesbrough's favour. Goal kick.
A great cross-field pass there for the Brazilian. Passing good. Goal scoring's been good this season as well. 7 in the Premiership. Very impressive for any midfield player. Unless you're talking Frank Lampard.
Arsenal have won over half their league games so far, and I'm sure they would have been much closer to the leaders for a really poor November when they took just 5 points from 6 games. They always seem to have a wobble about that time of the season. Handball there by Gilberto. Mike Riley is our referee tonight, incidentally.
Well, they're just bringing Stuart down across here for this set play. Delivery normally terrific in these situations. Everybody coming up. Woodgate, Pogatetz.
Xavier prominent there in that group as well. He could hardly be anything else with that hairstyle. Easy clearance for Fabregas. Taylor. Trying to bend it round the corner for Downing, but Hoyt was aware of his intentions and picks out Fabregas. Not like Fabregas to lose the ball in an important position like that. Kulu loves drifting out to that left-hand side. Catamol on the end of the cross. And it came off the defender for a corner.
Well, Middlesbrough are working hard to make sure Fabregas doesn't go on the ball. He's a young Spaniard. He lost possession initially. Led to that cross coming into the box. I mentioned Downing's delivery. 3 kicks, these corner kicks, really whips them in.
Of targets on the edge of the box. Viduka trying to block the view of Lehmann, almost right in front of the goalkeeper. It'll probably work because Lehmann came for that and changed his mind. And that's a foul by Downing. Middlesbrough wasted a good situation. Henry shows his lightning burst of pace. Catamol, a typically ferocious tackle. Boateng going straight into Clichy.
There's nobody to give the ball to Allen. He was looking up, but nobody really showed for him.
Clichy, Adebayor might have been in an offside position, came out the way and let Clichy take over, and that's a corner. And the Middlesbrough players and fans are angry with the linesman for not giving offside here.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that he is offside. I mean, you arm up in the middle there from Andrew Taylor. Assistant referee obviously felt Taylor played him on. I don't believe he did.
Interesting one. So Arsenal get a corner that the home side feel they shouldn't have got. Rosicki will take it. Toure on the near post. And still, Toure.
Well, missed a great chance midweek, didn't he? The semi-final. That was an awful lot more difficult than that one. Had to snatch at it.
Did score in the FA Cup tie against Bolton, of course, a vital goal that has earned a replay for Arsenal. They'll be through to one final, the 8th cup final in Arsene Wenger's 10 seasons in charge. Some record. But what he really craves, of course, is another league title. Adebayor. On to Rosicki. Catamol winning it back. Rosicki has learned about the physical side of English football quickly. He had a few years, of course, in the German league, and that toughened him up. Adebayor. Fabregas. Rosicki takes over again and hits it with no conviction. Still waiting for his first Premiership goal. The 3 he has so far have come in the FA Cup and the Champions League. Gilberto. Now Henry. As Gordon has mentioned, all 5 of Arsenal's defeats in the Premiership have come away from home. And we'll get the benefit of the doubt from the referee again here.
I just seen Boateng a bit late there. Probably was. Mike Riley only a yard or 2 away.
Another poor set piece.
Just over the 13-minute mark, and the people we expected to be thrown in this match haven't been strikers for both sides. Viduka Yakubu Henry, Adebayor haven't really got involved in this game as yet.
Now Flamini does get involved and played it in behind Fabregas. Downing closed down very quickly and noticeably by Hoyt. As the ball is played forward for Viduka. Lehmann out quickly. Good clearance from Pogatetz under pressure from Adebayor.
Well, that's a terrific through ball if you're Thierry Henry, but Viduka's not got that type of pace. I mean, Yakubu like it into feet.
Well, applauds the referee for giving him the free kick. Foul by Clichy. Borough have won their last 4 home games in a row. Indeed, 23 of their 31 points have been gained here at the Riverside. They've only managed 1 away win. Downing with the free kick. A better one this time. Lehmann comes to claim it well. The best of throws, however, by the German goalkeeper. Woodgate. On to Xavier.
It's been a bit of a scrappy start here by both sides in actual fact. A lot of passes going astray. Haven't got a grip of this game yet. The middles have started slightly the better. Not a great deal in it. Certainly not a great deal for either goalkeeper to do as yet.
Zarka feeds it out to Taylor, Downing ahead of him. Well played. Always going to be Lehmann's cross, but it got away from the defender so impressively. Arca. Here's Woodgate. Xavier has made a dozen appearances since he came back here after his ban for a drugs-related offence. Rosicki. Arca feeds it in. On by Woodgate to Downing. 3 in the box here. Yakubu on the far post. Well, he and Catamol got in each other's way.
Yeah, they did, but once again it's Stuart Downing causing havoc down that left wing. I'm sure Arsene Wenger will be a little bit concerned about the amount of crosses he's getting into the Arsenal box. It's the back post there, the 2 Middlesbrough players colliding. A terrific start to the game. Downing, last home game here, well, they gave Bolton Wanderers a torrid afternoon.
Big week this in Middlesbrough season. After Arsenal today, they travelled to Chelsea for their next league game. And they've got an FA Cup replay against Bristol City. Arsenal also with a replay, of course, against Bolton. Now the fixture list ahead for Arsene Wenger's team. A league game at Wigan, that match at Bolton. Then, of course, the Champions League restarts for them. Hoyt. Flamini preferred to Theo Walcott in that wide right position. He's on the bench today for Arsenal.
And I think the reason for that is to double up and Downing, although I can't say he's doing a very good job so far.
Adebayor. He might need some help here. He did. Difficult for him. He prefers central midfield. He played a lot of games at left back, of course, last season in particular. So he's going to find it difficult to adapt out there.
Well, he's certainly a versatile player and always good to have around, but I don't think this position that he's playing today suits him. Not the type to whiz past full-backs and get good crosses in. Evidence of that there.
Duca's header on Yakubu. Marker plays it in early for Downing, just a bit too early. Adebayor, lovely little flick for Henry. retrieves possession and finds Adebayor again via Fabregas. Henry. Back by Boateng, who was sent off when the teams met at the Emirates earlier in the season and injured in that game. Here's Yakubu taking on Toure. Well recovered there by Hoyt.
And that's a brilliant bit of defending. I mean, he's having a ropey start to this match. Hoyt, the full-back, terrific bit of defending there to get his teammates out of trouble.
He is quick, Hoyt, and should be as well with his family background. A lot of athletes. Jones opting to punch there. Whoops. Pinball for a moment there in the Middlesbrough penalty area. There's Hoyt again. As I mentioned, relatives of his, Great Britain standard athletes. Henry. Difficult one for Fabregas. He just can't get it away at the moment, Borough.
Well, that's the first bit of pressure they've been under. It takes an acrobatic overhead kick from George Boateng to stop Fabregas getting in.
There was talk of Brad Jones here moving on in the January transfer window, but he's quite happy to stay and fight for his place alongside his fellow Australian and the much more experienced Mark Schwarzer.
I watched Middlesbrough's game at Portsmouth midweek when Brad Jones played, and although he never had a great deal to do, anything he did with great confidence.
He hasn't been tested yet, and nor really has Lehmann at the other end. Although we expected fireworks there, the opening 20 minutes passed by quite peacefully. Pogatetz. Good ball. Duca's layoff for Arca. Downing. Back to Taylor. Duca using his strength against Toure, but Toure snaps in to win it back. Fabregas. Hoyt. There were 6 changes, remember, in Arsenal's lineup today, but you still might feel that having been forced to extra time by Tottenham, it could take something out of them tonight.
Well, I think that might be the case, because it's certainly been a sluggish start by Arsenal. Haven't really got their passing game going at all. Fabregas not been prominent in the middle of the park.
Kuba hesitated there. He thought he was offside. He was wrong. He's onside and couldn't find Catamol in the centre.
Well, they're getting into good areas and not picking anybody out when they get the ball into the box. A little bit of indecision by Lehmann there. I think Yakubu thought he was going to come up and clear that up. He never.
Taylor's cross. Boateng. Played it in behind Arca. Pogatetz. Link up again between Taylor and Downing on the left, so effective for Middlesbrough. Now the cross, but much too close to Lehmann.
Well, it's a poor ball out, but this is when Middlesbrough need to concentrate at the back, because they're so good in the counter-attack, particularly with the pace of Henry. You think you've penned Arsenal in, they break up the play, forward ball, and before you know it, you're a goal down.
Here's Rosicki for Arsenal. Thierry Henry. Adebayor. Rosicki, good tackle, very important one. Gilberto. Hoyt. Fabregas. Gilberto wants it again. On now to Clichy. Thierry Henry takes over. Clichy had to put the brakes on. Henry guiding it in. Adebayor was waiting on the back post, but Flamini's attempted header, I think, probably wrong-footed him.
That's a great bit of defensive play by Boateng here. I mean, total commitment for the Dutchman. Putting your body out in the way of shots like this. He might not be the most gifted in terms of passing, but what rate, closing people down, stopping other people playing, blocks like that, it's exceptional.
It's his 5th season now at Middlesbrough. He's firmly established here as a big favourite of the home crowd. Senderos. Clichy. Rosicki. Gilberto threads it all together alongside Fabregas in the middle of the park. Adebayor. It's meant for Henry, but easily through to Jones.
Yeah, even if that's into the path of Henry, Woodgate sees that Pogatetz is in trouble there when the ball's played down the side of him. Henry making a run round the back. Woodgate comes across to tidy up.
Many of Arsenal's injured players are due back in the next couple of weeks, by the way. Gallas getting close again, Ljungberg, Baptista, Hleb. And Van Persie really is a long-term absentee. You feel that with the experience a lot of the younger players have got this season, particularly in the Carling Cup, Gordon, that in the next 12 months or so, Arsenal could mount a very serious challenge again for the Championship. We'll come back to that as Middlesbrough mount a serious challenge here with Yakubu all the way through. But the future certainly looks rosy, doesn't it?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Anybody that watched the young players playing at Anfield in the Cup, it's an absolutely fantastic football. Young side against Tottenham midweek. Another terrific performance, and I think this would be regarded as something of a transitional period for Arsene Wenger, but no doubt pot hunting likes the FA Cup, won it often enough.
Jones just outpaced Adebayor to the through ball from Fabregas.
Still in the Champions League, final of the Carling Cup, so that's a bad for a transitional season.
Gilberto. Lovely ball. Okay, reads the danger. Taylor. Gets it back from Downing. Kuba also, as I mentioned before, loves to drift out to that left-hand side. The ball for Cattermole.
Cattermole's part of a midfield here that's dominated this first half so far. Fabregas quiet in the middle of the park. There's no doubt Middlesbrough, certainly in that area of the pitch, look the stronger of the two at this moment in time. Arca getting on, seen plenty of the ball, getting it out Downing as often as he can. He sees it as the wingers get the beating in the full-back Hoy.
Adebayor's layoff. Fabregas. Adebayor again. The ball. Big targets in Adebayor and Senderos. Henry floats it in. Toure coming round the back as well. Almost unnoticed.
I'll tell you what, that's all about the delivery. It's absolutely fantastic delivery by Henry here. Just in behind the Middlesbrough defence. Teaser for Brad Jones in the Borough goal. Toure coming into the back post. Maybe dives he might get there. Well, the ball did skip up a bit. A terrific free kick.
Yakubu. Toure quickly back doing his other job at the other end. Arca. Here's Woodgate. Xavier. Arca. Maduka. Don't think he was expecting that. Just gave that little bit of initiative to Senderos. Rosicki beat by Cattermole, who was what they used to call a no-nonsense footballer.
Yeah, you mentioned Boateng for the type of player he was. Very competitive, never shuts tackles. Well, Lee Cattermole's the same, big favourite here at the Riverside Stadium. No-nonsense approach, as you say, Alan.
Only 18. Hoyt. Pressure here from Downing. Where's he going to go? Did the right thing. Adebayor took that brilliantly. Wonderful silky skills. He can look a bit awkward at times, but technically he knows exactly what he's doing. Clichy. Rosicki. Fabregas up with him. Good recovery by Xavier at the expense of a corner, though.
Yeah, it's good defending by Xavier there, because Rosicki's got great close control, and there's a central defender like Jonathan Woodgate there. You get Rosicki running at you with the ball at his feet inside the box. Can't afford to make a mistake. Xavier spotted the danger and tidied things up for another Arsenal corner.
Hit Henry.
That's what, 3-4 corners. Oh, really poor delivery for every single one. No doubt something that drives Arsene Wenger mad. Talking about quality players out here, delivery should be better than what it is.
Clichy finding Adebayor. Clichy's cross. It's come out to Rosicki. Brilliant effort. He scored in the Champions League like that earlier in the season from a very similar position.
That's a great strike. I mean, he hasn't scored in the Premiership this season yet. You wonder why. When he can strike the ball like this, I mean, it's a great first touch with his left foot, just cushions it so that he can smash it in the half volley with his right. He's got Brad Jones diving at full stretch.
Half an hour gone at the Riverside, and all the goal attempts so far have come from the visitors. Yakubu, and he changed that statistic. Boateng, Arca. Now Xavier. Clichy winning it back. Oh, that was risky play by Gilberto. One of those 3 games out have just made him lose a bit of an edge, but he didn't have his most dominating game against Tottenham on Wednesday either.
Yeah, Senderos just panics a bit there. Well, doing the right thing, doesn't know what's going on round about, and doesn't expect the mistake from Gilberto. Just boots it out for the Middlesbrough throw-in.
Arca angled in towards Catamol. Got the angle wrong though.
We're certainly getting plenty of balls into the box, Middlesbrough, but no attempts at target. I mean, Arsenal have defended the penalty box well. Middlesbrough getting a fair amount of joy in the wide areas, particularly Downing down the left. Quite sure Gareth Southgate's happy with the start his sides made to this game.
Middlesbrough have beaten Arsenal just once in their last 11 meetings, home and away. That was their 2-1 victory in the corresponding fixture here last season. Taylor back to Pogatetz. Woodgate. This is hand to Nick, right in front of the linesman.
It wasn't particularly well disguised, was it? Linesman was about 2 feet away, his arm straight up there.
Had it clear by Pogatetz. He wasn't expecting it to be played back to him though. Now Flamini. Fabregas. Henry. Just shuffled it into position for Fabregas. Gilberto. Now Hoyt. Arsenal never just sling it into the box. They always pass their way through. Gilberto again. Hoyt. Toure. Good spell of possession this. Clichy. Got away from Catamol cleverly and finds Rosicki. Fabregas. Adebayor. Here's Gilberto. How many passes in this move? Thierry Henry! Well, if he could have finished, that would have been a quite sensational goal. They seem to have the ball for about 5 minutes.
Well, 2 lots of possession, and this all started with Arca giving the ball away for Middlesbrough in the middle of the park. Very loose play. Ends up with a Henry shot. You don't need to give Arsenal any encouragement to knock the ball about. They did there on 2 separate occasions.
Taylor. Duca holding it up. And Taylor giving it away. That's Fabregas, who is, of course, in the Spanish squad that will face England in that friendly on Wednesday. A number of the English-based Spanish players could come up against some of their teammates and opponents. Sanderos under pressure from Catamol. Only the crowd love him here. His desire to win the ball then means he's collected an injury.
Right, just pushing forward. It's a through ball from Boateng. First touch. Sanderos reads it, gains possession. Catamol goes flying in and wins the ball back, knocks it off him for this Middlesbrough throw in. In these games there's normally fantastic entertainment. As we said earlier, goals galore. I'm afraid that hasn't been the case today. I think it's been a little bit disappointing, this match.
Test missed his header, but Taylor was covering behind him. Touré's clearance, Adebayor touches it on to Thierry Henry. Oh, what a clever ball that was. And Adebayor was still running behind him. But a wonderful moment of skill from the master.
And just a bit of improvisation here. Adebayor wins the flick on to start with. Maybe gets a bit lucky. But back heel here, spots the run. Woodgate gets his head in the way. Shot hits the corner flag.
He tries things other players wouldn't even think about. Touré. Here's Hoyt. In short for Flamini. Taylor intercepts. The Kubu. The Duke is on the far post. It took too long to make up his mind, though. Adebayor. And again, he moves into that second gear, Thierry Henry. Good defending, though, by Woodgate.
Well, Woodgate's got a second gear as well. Once again, Yakubu giving the ball away in the edge of the box. Give the ball away against Arsenal. They can't punish you. Thierry Henry tried there, but it's only terrific defending with Woodgate that stopped him getting any further forward.
Henry's there again. Rosicki goes down, no free kick. Clichy. Yet to score in Arsenal's first team. 2 big games for you on Sky Sports tomorrow. Our first is in the Scottish Cup on Sky Sports 1 and High Definition 1 starting at 12:30. Livingston against Celtic. And then later on from White Hart Lane, our Super Sunday match is Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester United. Again, Sky Sports 1 and High Definition. We start at 3. Duca tries to find a way through here, but Sanderos is having none of it.
Yeah, he's been solid, the big Swiss defender. Mark Duca not really getting much joy out of him. Nor Yakubu. Not really firing on all cylinders. The partnership up front for Middlesbrough. No shots as yet.
Those have been flying in of late for these two teams, so that makes it particularly surprising that we're nearing half-time with hardly a decent shot on target by either side. Clichy. Adebayor. Oh, lovely little ball again. Henry. He believes he was fouled there. Mr. Riley not interested though. Downing did well. Boateng.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating that for the Middlesbrough fans. Boateng on the ball. Get it wide to Catamol. A couple of strikers up on the edge of the 18-yard box if he wants to whip it in early. Yakubu and Viduka. Give them the type of service that they've been deprived of in this half. Although when they have had the ball, not done a great deal with it.
And his header on. I wonder if that's something that Arsene Wenger will consider changing for the second half. Certainly has helped to cut off the supply to Downing, but it has limited Arsenal's own attacking possibilities down that side. As I mentioned, he's got Walcott on the bench. Adebayor. Clichy. Gilberto. Hoyt. And Gilberto takes it on again. Now Henry. Adebayor.
I'm not sure, quite sure what that was. Was it a shot? Was it a ball into the box?
I don't think he knows. He certainly doesn't. Which was the referee given that? Colliding with, I think it's Toure on the ground.
He knows he's made contact with Toure, but it's, I mean, what's going on here? Might really shoot it was accidental. Mark Viduka in a little debate with Mike Riley. He's saying he lifted his elbow deliberately. He's getting a yellow card. Viduka's saying no. Arsene Wenger isn't happy with it. He probably wanting a sending off. He thinks it's a deliberate elbow here. Let's see, both competing here. Well, no, there's not a great deal in that. I mean, he's flaying his arm a little bit. It catches Toure in the face. Yeah, maybe a booking. I don't think much more.
Who'd be a referee, eh? One manager thinks it shouldn't have been a yellow card. The other one agrees with him because he thinks it should have been red. And as ever, Jens Lehmann has an opinion. Continues.
Well, I think Mark Viduka's offering his apologies to Kolo Toure. He's not having it. That's what Arsene Wenger's debating with the fourth official here. Red card, he says, I reckon.
I said who'd be a referee. The job of fourth official is even harder. You get blamed for all the decisions that you never made. Little push there by Henry. Everyone saw that.
Not really burst into life yet, Henry, has he? Woodgate, Pogatetz. Central defensive partnership has been doing particularly well for Middlesbrough of late, keeping them quiet, which is a fair old achievement.
Well, that was short, inviting the challenge from Xavier. Rosicki. Boateng there to win it back, and now he's lost possession to Fabregas. On to Henry. Hoyt on the right. Then takes over again for Arsenal. Just not happening for him at the moment. Adebayor. Flamini. shove from Gilberto, did well to hook it on first time for Yakubu. A good ball, Boateng to Viduka this time. Catamo with the long ball, much too long for Downing.
Well, we're getting a bit of joy with that earlier on, playing balls in behind Hoyt for Downing to run onto. And that source is dried up for Downing.
Adebayo. Here's Hoyt.
It's difficult to know what manager will be the happiest at half-time. It's not been a good game of football, that's for sure. I mean, nothing like enough goal-mouth action. Goalkeeper's not having a lot to do. Arsenal a couple of attempts, Middlesbrough, well, none that I can recollect.
Senderos doing well against Yakubu. Catabo onto the loose ball. A real scrap for possession with Rosicky. Now Boateng. Marker had to be quick. Gilberto closing him down. This is Taylor. Just a minute of stoppage time. I think the fourth official was glad to get out there with the board and get rid of Arsene Wenger. Fabregas. That's a free kick.
And when he's got on the ball, they press them at every opportunity. Hasn't been as influential as he has been of late. Can do an awful lot of damage if you give him time and space on the ball.
This time Fabregas gives it away. Expected, adventurous, attacking football. What we forgot to add into the equation was quality defending, and because of that we've seen very little by way of goal-scoring chances in the first half here for either side. Bit of a disappointment, to be honest. I'm sure it'll get better in the second half though. Middlesbrough 0, Arsenal 0.
Yes, we did anticipate a feast of attacking football and a hatful of goals. Not yet. George Graham's thoughts when we come back. Plenty of endeavour from Middlesbrough in particular, but no real sign of the deadlock being broken as yet. Football first, a little later this evening. Game of the day is Charlton against Chelsea. There's the match choice as well. It's from 8:25 on Sky Sports 1. And Valencia versus Atletico Madrid from La Liga, 8:30 on Sky Sports Extra. It's 0-0 at half-time at the Riverside. Gareth Southgate's a great advocate of attacking football. Will he be happy enough with what he's seen so far?
I think so, Marcus. I think especially in the first 20 minutes, they were nice and bright. When they were on possession, they were getting the ball down. Downing, especially in the first 20 minutes, put some crosses in, but nobody on the end of them. Then after 20 minutes, I thought both defences really got on top. And that is the story of the first 45 minutes. Not enough shots in goal. Defences on top with both sides. And really, I'm just hoping that Arsenal produce a lot more in the second half.
Yes, Arsenal looked a little sleepy for long periods and then threatened to come to life in a little spell around the halfway 30-minute mark. Rosicky and Henry with a couple of opportunities.
Yeah, I think this is their best chance. Throw the ball in there and they play it around again. That's a tremendous strike, Marcus, honestly, and it just almost grazed the post there.
And he's capable of that sort of thing. This was perhaps vintage Arsenal, what we expected from them throughout the game.
1 and 2 touches, good movement off the ball here, players popping them up in different positions. There's Fabregas goes, and then it's to Henry, and Henry tries to bend it here. A lovely little bent shot here, but the keeper really made a meal of it, the keeper.
Just a word about Jonathan Woodgate, who's back in the England squad. What have you made of his contribution at the back for Borough?
Top class. You know, I think I worked with him at Leeds United when he was a youngster, Top-class player, no question about it. It's just a shame we've not seen the best of him because of the injury problems he's had over the last few years.
Well, as you said, Middlesbrough had a lot of the ball in the early stages in particular, but just no end product, which will be a slight frustration.
Yeah, I think they've done very well, and I think the way they've actually closed down Arsenal, as soon as an Arsenal player's got the ball, Marcus, they're really closing down on them here. So I mean, that's too high, and it's just a hopeful ball into the box. And we get, I think, another one here. Again, good run from Downing, but you've got to do an awful lot, you know, for a high ball.
And of course, as you said before the game, with the likes of Viduka and Yakubu up front, there's always going to be that threat if you can get the right sort of delivery to them.
Very much so. But they're individuals. They don't really play as a pair, Marcus. And it's individual stuff. Viduka feels like it can do a little bit of magic, and the same with Yakubu. But overall, 0-0, you know, I think it's fair result.
I think the concern for Gareth Southgate is that Arsenal have been a little lethargic by their own high standards, and that's unlikely to continue for the full 90 minutes.
Yeah, and can Middlesbrough sustain another 45 minutes where they're really pressing the ball? They know that Arsenal are good on the ball. They know they can't give the Arsenal boys time and space, so they're really closing down superbly, and it's working up to now. Can they continue it for another 45 minutes?
Well, the Gunners tend to score a hatful of goals against Middlesbrough, but none as yet. Food for thought for young and old. Second half is next.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Like you. I need you to pull yourself together, Lisa.
You don't have to do this.
It's time.
Red Eye, tonight at 8 and 9 on Sky Movies in HD.
Technology. Making better, better. Onwards, upwards, any way but backwards. Tapping progress on the shoulder and saying, more forwards, please.
Brainstorming trip?
Oh. All right, honchos. Our new all-singing, all-dancing bank customer call centre. Where? Or as we say in Espanol, donde?
Spain.
It's a bit obvious, Steve.
Portugal?
Come on, guys, spread your wings.
All right. Morocco.
No, sandflies. Ugh.
Bermuda?
Triangle.
Great Barrier Reef.
Good snorkeling. No, box jellyfish.
Yeah.
Excuse me, why can't our customers talk to us in the UK? That's where they live.
The UK. We're after blue sky thinking here.
Yeah.
There is another way. At NatWest, you can talk to a call centre in the UK 24/7 or call your local branch direct. NatWest, another way.
I know. Delhi.
Delhi. Now you're talking.
It's not very central, is it?
Not central. It is central in India, Will.
Do not exist.
We never did.
We never will. History will not, cannot know us.
Glory is for the weak.
Because for us, there are no rules, there are no limits, there are no regrets.
We ask for nothing, and we answer only to one man.
Yes, sir.
We are the elite.
We are one.
We are
The unit.
The brand new series, exclusive to Bravo.
If you want to write a hit song,
A little bit louder, because this song is intended for humans.
you need to find the right words.
Clown is not right. What is that word?
Cloud. Why would you have a cloud in your bed?
Let me tell you, it would not be the first time.
Hugh Grant, Drew Barrymore.
Girls, are these pants too tight?
Music and lyrics.
Head down to JJB and get these Lecoq Sportive crude polo shirts for just $5.39. Aeon polo shirts also 70% off. You pay $5.39. And Smithers tape polo shirts only $5.39. These Lecoq Sportive Crush t-shirts just $4.49. And Aero t-shirts also 70% off, now only $4.49. For massive savings, get down to JJB Sports.
Each step is moving, it's moving me up. Moving, it's moving me up. Every step is moving me up.
We believe you should know your coverage strength before you commit. With Street Check from T-Mobile, you just bring us your favourite postcodes.
You're in love with my sister, Maggie?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a loser. I look in the mirror, I want to puke.
I'm not gay.
Sometimes even heroes need saving. Rescue Me, the brand new series, Thursday the 15th of February on Sky One.
All right, show's over. That first goal scorer's killed it for me. Ouch, out, come on.
Sky Bet. It matters more when there's money on it.
Live football tomorrow. First of all, from the Scottish Cup, the fourth round tie between Livingston and Celtic, 12:30 Sky Sports 1 and HD1. And then to the Lane for Spurs and Manchester United at 3 on the same channels. Also tomorrow, Real Madrid against Levante and Osasuna versus the current leaders Barcelona. 6 o'clock Sky Sports 3 for that. Goalless at the Riverside at half-time. Middlesbrough are being forced to make a change at half-time. James Morrison is coming on for the injured Lee Cattermole. More on that from Gordon McQueen and Alan Parry.
Yes, it seems that Cattermole never recovered from that injury he got in a first-half tangle of legs. So he stays in the dressing room and will be replaced by James Morrison, who gave Middlesbrough the lead when the teams met at the Emirates Stadium in London in September. A terrific goal it was too. So many from the Middlesbrough team that won the FA Youth Cup 3 years ago. As I mentioned in the first half, they probably have more graduates from their academy than any other Premiership team. And what they certainly have now, Gordon, is real width. Downing down one side, Morrison down the other.
Yeah, well, they certainly gain going forward with James Morrison on the side. Obviously, lose out a bit defensive. The Cattermole are more defensive of the two. And I think at half-time, certainly Gareth Southgate would have been a happier manager of the two. He'd have quite gladly come in after 90 minutes with a 0-0. I think anything you pick up against the big boys, it seems a point game for teams like Middlesbrough. But James Morrison played just tucked in behind Yakubu midweek at Portsmouth and played very well indeed. It's a good crosser of the ball.
So is this fella Downing, who gets the first telling cross of the second half in.
He's a good crosser of the ball, James, and that's something James Morrison, and that's something I don't think Middlesbrough did particularly well in the first half. And the few occasions they did get into good wide positions, the delivery into the box wasn't particularly good.
Taylor suddenly shuffled it forward. It was too clever though, the backheel to him from Downing. But they seem to have a real understanding, those two youngsters down the left from Middlesbrough. No changes for Arsenal, by the way. Adebayor's header on. Boateng. Duka. Here's Yakubu. Morrison could get his first touch here, but Yakubu ends up giving it away. Rosicki does likewise. Xavier. Yakubu. Clever. Duka. Trying to get it back to Yakubu. Boateng. Lovely ball from the captain. Taylor. Another good cross, but Duka threw himself at it. So did Kolo Touré. Rosicki finding Thierry Henry. Brilliant play by Henry. Gilberto has Adebayor wide right. Here he is. Up against Pogatetz. He's beaten him. Brilliant play by the big Emmanuel Adebayor. Lively a start now to the second half.
It was brilliant play by Adebayor, but I'll tell you what, went half terrific defensive play with Julian Arca as well. And more noted for his passing ability. pushing forward, track back there to stop an almost certain goal.
Xavier into Boateng. Duca's making a run down the centre. And it's come to him! Mistake by Toure, a rare mistake, almost a very costly one.
Well, it's handball, but Duca's saying I want the free kick. I wonder if we've been saying the same if the ball had ended up in the back of the net. I don't think so. I mean, when this ball goes forward here by Boateng, seems to stumble a bit. Toure falls right to the foot of Viduka. In my book, that's a miss by Viduka. A lot of people would say no, unlucky, but not somebody with the quality Viduka's got. I think that's a chance.
He scored 6 goals in 5 games before he got injured recently. Fabregas for Arsenal. Flamini. It's more positive from the young Frenchman.
Well, it's another corner for Arsenal, but they haven't done much with the settle they had in the first half. Really disappointing delivery from corner kicks. Flamini had a quiet afternoon. Just wonder if Arsene Wenger really wants to win this game. Does he bring Walcott on the pace, get him a bit more going forward?
Flamini's corner up to the far post area. Plenty of time to take it on the chest for Clichy. Now Hoyt. Adebayor. Tall ball really for Flamini. I'm saying, look, give me something I can deal with.
I think it's been a disappointing 50 minutes by Arsenal standards. We know they've had several injuries of late, but no matter what side Arsenal put out, maybe expecting a bit more than they've offered today.
Not as yet the usual zest about Arsenal's performance that we've become accustomed to. Downing. Boateng. Let it run on to Xavier in case he got intercepted. I think he did the right thing. The crowd groaned their disapproval, however. Taylor. Downing finds Yakubu. Boateng. Good-looking ball for Morrison. And again, now Viduka. Just couldn't get it out of his feet to get the shot in. Good challenge by Boateng. Middlesbrough started the half well. The crowd respond. Arca. Viduka again. Boateng's shot was charged down. It's a more open game as well now, and that could be dangerous for Middlesbrough. Henry. Brilliant run. Fabregas. Henry's run deserved a better ending than that.
Yeah, just Fabregas knocks it too far forward for Adebayor, but it's great counter-attacking play by Henry. Just overhits the pass here. Middlesbrough pressing, getting the ball to Viduka on the edge of the box. It's where he's at his best. Not many better in the country. He's back to goal in and around the box.
Good noise now at the Riverside. Good tempo to the game. Boateng. Xavier. Into Yakubu. Walker. Downing's cross. Big shout for handball from the fans, I have to add. There weren't too many Middlesbrough players who appealed. Adebayor. Home fans sense there's something in the offing for their team here. Morrison. It's not the way they wanted to be going though, Middlesbrough. And he's got to be quick here. Brad Jones, he was. Rosicki. Is Fabregas. Adebayor making a run. Pogatet's had to win that header, but he's directed it straight to Henry. Rosicki. Adebayor. Now Rosicki again. Fabregas. Hoyt. Just one pass too many in the end. Clichy. That's excellent work by Yakubu. Top scorer Yakubu with 12 goals, 6 of them have come in his last 8 Premiership games.
Well, beginning to hot up a bit this game, a little bit cat and mouse in the first half, a bit more urgency about the play of both sides this half.
With the clearance, finds Viduka. No foul. Gilberto, and Adebayor's offside.
I don't think there's any doubt he was in an offside position here. Viduka not happy with the challenge here. He feels it was a free kick. Gilberto, it's a through ball. I'll tell you what, there's not a lot in it, is there?
Referees used to show yellow cards for that, didn't they, when players went on and put the ball into the net despite the whistle having gone. Kubu flattened, no free kick. She's gone forward here, there's a bit of a gap left behind. Here's Flamini. He's got Fabregas ahead of him and Adebayor. Second chance for Flamini. Fabregas. Now Adebayor. Well, he thought about hitting it.
Well, he thought about hitting it and then just tried to slide a little ball through to Fabregas, but there was 3-4 red shirts there. Ball was never going to reach Fabregas.
Rosicki, Clichy, and Henry. Clever, brilliant football. Thierry Henry.
Just brilliant there to get in their position to cross the ball in the first place. Gets the block for another Arsenal corner.
Arsenal have won half their 12 away games so far this season. Sanders coming for this, it's gone way over his head, punched clear by Jones. Hoyt. Fabregas. Henry's in there, Adebayor's behind him. In the end, there just wasn't enough room for Gilberto, despite his undoubted close control. Rosicki. Adebayor, that's a good ball on. Only Thierry Henry in the middle. Adebayor's joining him now. Oh, microphone took a pasting there as well. Yakubu will do well to outpace this lad. That's a foul. It's the only way he was going to outsprint him.
Well, Middlesbrough fans not happy with this decision, but it's a correct one in my opinion. We might rightly here. Party's in the back of Hoyt. There's decent chest control. Always very positive in these positions. Yakubu, look at that. I mean, I don't think you can have any complaints about a free kick given against them there.
Hoyt's probably not too popular in these parts. Of course, he spent most of last season on loan at Sunderland. Xavier. Hasn't gone into the game as much as Gareth Southgate would have liked, I'm sure. Taylor. There's Downing. Abel Xavier. Morrison's been starved of the ball since he came on at half-time. I think he's only seen it once. Comes down this left-hand side again to Downing. Flamini intercepts. Here's Rosicki for Arsenal. Adebayor. Done back well by Downing. Taylor finds Yakubu. He's going to try his luck this time against Toure, who's also no slouch.
Yeah, I think both players just acknowledging there. Two physical players, both trying to win the same ball. Toure was just a bit more physical than Yakubu in that instance. Terrific defender. And what was he, £150,000 or something? What a snip. Yakubu ain't done so badly either for Middlesbrough, scored plenty of goals. Always a threat.
White. Here's Flamini. Adebayor. Gilberto under pressure from Boateng. Clichy. Flamini with a chance to run at the defender. Plays it in first time to Adebayor. Now Fabregas back again for Adebayor, but it's just not happening in that final third at the moment for Arsenal. Hoyt. Toure forward. Fabregas. Henry on the far post. Xavier climbed highest though. Now Rosicki. Thierry Henry again. Seen him curl those in, haven't we?
Yeah, great little header there by Xavier at the back post just to get a little nick on it. Henry's going to knock it in, but Arsenal just turning the screw now. Took over in the middle of the park, whereas pretty even in the first half.
Taylor wasn't too happy with that challenge by Henry a moment ago. Morrison's had to leave the right touchline to come and seek possession. Now it's been given away. Foul there by Xavier. Rosicki. Plenty of room down that side for Clichy. Rosicki with him. Henry. It's not often he miscontrols it. Arsenal are coming on strong here. Toure driving forward.
Well, we can't give the ball away like Aka did there. Always punish the Arsenal. Ends up with a Toure shot at goal. I know it's from distance. It's another goal attempt. Well, there we go. There's a 1. Arsenal 9, but on those 9 goal attempts, well, I don't think there's been even as much as a half chance.
And Yakubu bursts onto the header and goes down. It's a penalty. And a red card as well. A double whammy for Arsenal. Lehmann furious, and he'd better keep his thoughts to himself. One simple ball flicked on by Viduka. Yakubu burst onto it, and Senderos, for the second time this season, is dismissed.
Well, you're always running the risk as a central defender if you get the wrong side of the centre forward. That's what happens here. Viduka with a flick on, he gets in front of Senderos. Maybe lifts his left arm up slightly. A touch on the clumsy side. Mike Riley sees it as a penalty kick, denying a goal-scoring opportunity. Off you go. Always a danger when you get in the wrong side of a centre forward.
Did the initial challenge take place outside the box? There's a yellow card for Lehmann as well for presumably his protest. And Yakubu, having earned the penalty, I'm sure will take it. He has a terrific record from the spot. Since he came into English football, Yakubu has has successfully converted 17 out of 18 penalties. He'll know that.
Well, he's got a style all of his own, Yakubu. Really calm in these situations.
It's Yakubu against Lehmann to give Middlesbrough the lead here. And it's Yakubu who wins the battle.
Well, it's certainly a goal against the run of play. Arsenal beginning to turn the screw this second half. But poor defending by sending Ross in the first place to get in the wrong side of Yakubu that led to the penalty. Penalty kick given. As you say, Alan, doesn't miss many. Calmness personified. Lehmann one way, ball the other. 1-0 to Middlesbrough.
Yakubu's 13th goal of the season, 11 of them in the Premiership. Arsene having a quick word with Flamini as the ball was recentered. And Middlesbrough, who've scored 12 goals in their 3 home games before today, are in the lead here against Arsenal. They got 5 against Bolton, 4 against Hull in an FA Cup tie, 3 against Sheffield United. That's the kind of form they've been in here.
Well, beware. Player sent off at Blackburn not so long ago. A match that Arsenal went on to win.
Card for Philippe Senderos, who was also sent off at Fulham, I remember, earlier in the season. But you're quite right to point that out, Gordon, because Arsenal have come behind to rescue points more times than any other club in the Premiership this season. And they've got to do so against an informed team with 10 men, of course. Couple of seasons, Chelsea have gone down here not once but twice. Manchester United have been beaten. Arsenal were beaten last season. When they have their tails up like this, Middlesbrough are a threat to any side. Morrison. Wasted.
3 Middlesbrough players up in support, just couldn't cut it back enough. Trying to whiz it across the 6-yard box. Middlesbrough players hadn't made enough ground. Certainly the wide players haven't been particularly effective for Arsenal today. Flamini, Ziska, what to do with this fella here, Xavier, because Andrew Taylor in the left back position for Middlesbrough has been terrific. 4th choice left back, something like a year ago, for Drew in front of him, Pogatetz, Julian Arca. Drew gets sold, Arca gets injured, Pogatetz moves into the middle, Andrew Taylor takes over and has done a super job ever since in that position.
Arsenal's corner. Can they hit back quickly? Not from that corner anyway. Well, I mentioned all the goals that Middlesbrough have been getting. Don't forget that Arsenal have scored 16 in their last half a dozen league games. So we might not have seen the end of the scoring in this match yet.
Well, when you look at the players that Arsenal have got on their side, I'm sure the Middlesbrough players not at all comfortable with a 1-goal lead. 2 might be a little bit better still. That might not be enough. Put Henry up front for them.
Is Viduka. Just couldn't get it sufficiently onto his right foot to get in the shot, but they've kept possession with Morrison. Confirmation of the yellow card for Jens Lehmann in the aftermath of the penalty award.
Well, he's still not had really much handling to do, has he? He's picked up 1 or 2 crosses, but certainly no shots on target. The handling he got there was picking the ball out the back of the net. Well taken penalty. One of the best in the business at penalties, Yakubu.
a good noise here when there's a big crowd in like there is tonight. And with their team in front against one of the best sides in England, no Middlesbrough fans will be leaving early tonight. Remember, they've beaten Arsenal just once in the last 11 meetings. Adebayor given offside. It would be one of the biggest scalps that he's had in his brief managerial career. This is only his 30th game in charge. He's won 9 of them so far, but that did include the early season victory against Chelsea. Brilliant play there by Downing. But Hoyt stayed with him.
Yeah, good defending by Hoyt, but Stuart Downing at this moment in time not playing as well as he has done in his Middlesbrough career.
Downing's corner. Good header by Viduka. Yes! Still in play, and the goalkeeper! Well, a bit of a mess of that. The linesman saw an offence. It's a free kick for us.
Yeah, the offence is Yakubu pushing at the back post here. Viduka, well, it's ricocheting off all sorts of players here. Pogates heads it to the back post. Little push by Yakubu there. Referee sees it right away. Well, assistant referee, rather.
Lehmann was very relieved. He was all over the place for a moment. A sloppy ball gives Middlesbrough possession again with Downing. Boateng. There's Taylor. Hung up for Viduka again. Yakubu behind him. It's come out to Morrison, who can smack it from this range. Decided to caress it into the path of Arthur instead. Well, they've really got their tails up at the moment, Middlesbrough.
I don't know what Arthur's thinking about here. It's a beautifully disguised pass by James Morrison. Just lash it with the right foot. Tries to come inside on his favoured left foot. It's closed down. Chance gone.
Arsenal have a free kick. Arsenal have been awarded more penalties than any other Premiership team this season, but it's the one that's been given against them that sets up a very difficult last 20 minutes for Arsene Wenger's team here. And at the moment, Middlesbrough are threatening another goal. Yakubu's on the march again, so too is Lehmann. Rosicky, Fabregas. Flamini on to Adebayor. That's better from Arsenal. Hoyt. Rosicky. Acres of space down that left-hand side here for Clichy. Can he make the most of it? In the end, no. Strong play there by Gilberto. Now Rosicky. Back to Flamini. Henry takes over. Oh, brilliant. Oh, wonderful, mesmerising run there from Henry. Clichy. Short, but it just about found Fabregas. Now Flamini. Hoyt calls for it early. And Xavier was strong when he needed to be.
And the crowd giving Thierry Henry a bit of stick. I think he went down a little bit easily at that back post area there.
Downing's pace earns him possession. Duker on the far post, took that down brilliantly. Boateng. Now it's Downing on the far post, coming in to meet him. Arsenal know they've got a battle on here.
Once again, good bit of defending by Hoyt here. And when his ball comes in from Boateng, can easily have broke to Downing. White does his job.
Flamini's given it away to Viduka. Made more of that, Middlesbrough. That's another great run from Henry. Clichy, rather, this time, the other Frenchman. Adebayor. Clichy stayed forward. Now Fabregas. Rosicki. Good tackle by Xavier. Flamini. He had no one to pass to. No one in space. And Middlesbrough just stayed patient.
Well, I'll tell you what, this game certainly isn't over. You just get the feeling Henry's in the mood to get his side back into this match.
Duka's onside here, and he's got Yakubu in support, and Morrison arriving quickly. It's good hold-up play by the Australian.
He's so strong in those situations when his back is to go. He got through there. Toure never pushed up, played him onside. Eventually couldn't do a great deal with it. Just under too much pressure.
Fabregas for Arsenal. Liverpool 5 points ahead of Arsenal at kick-off, remember. So it's not one that the Gunners can afford to lose this. Looking for a bit more movement from his teammates, who continue to look a little flat. All their possession in the final third, Gordon, they just haven't been as dominant as usual.
No, their attacking plays normally, well, terrific to watch and can be breathtaking, but they've gone behind to this goal. You look at Viduka getting the flick on here. Senderos gets on the wrong side. I mean, his left arm goes up Yakubu's right shoulder, leans on him, drags him a bit. Lehman saying no, it's not a penalty. Well, Mike Riley says it is, and I tend to agree with him. He's a bit on the clumsy side, lost his concentration there just for a little bit, but certainly not the type of Arsenal performance we came to expect and enjoy. More often than not, you see them playing some terrific, breathtaking football. It just hasn't happened today.
Frustrated and angry, and I think he's decided that this is the right time for a substitution.
Well, you'd expect to see Walcott coming on now, wouldn't you? I think Walcott's a player that likes a bit of space in behind this to run into. I think Middlesbrough will deny that space to Walcott if he comes on, possibly play a little bit deeper.
He's going to bring on two players, in fact, Walcott and Ali Adier both getting ready. It's Middlesbrough with the lead, and Middlesbrough with the ball. 15 minutes to go. In their interest to slow it down now. Boateng. Here's Morrison. Viduka battling to hold off the defender. Oh, unlucky.
Brilliant. You give Viduka the right type of service in the box and he's deadly. I mean, that is a fantastic save by Lehman there. Gilberto doesn't know what to do with him here. Great touch, great turn, great shot and a great save.
Woodgate forward alongside Viduka for the corner. Oh, he stood outside the box with the ball, didn't he? He was mighty close, I know that.
There was absolutely no danger. He's outside the box there.
At the other end, Adebayor threatens, and he's got Thierry Henry with him. It's Henry! Well, there will be ructions about that goal.
surprised if I see anything different in the replay. And there's absolutely, let's see his assistant referee right in line with this. He looks up, there's nobody to give him it. Does he step out of the box? He's outside, he certainly puts outside the box. There's the ball. But it's route one by Arsenal. Back post. Doesn't even head it. Comes off his arm, falls into the path of Henry. There's only one place the ball's going to end up now. Good touch, good finish. Well, Lemon's foot's outside the box. I don't think he's balling the ball in his hands well.
And Thierry Henry returns to haunt Middlesbrough once again. That's 13 goals he scored against them now in 16 appearances. And Gareth Southgate's dream of 3 points is now looking rather distant again. And you have to say, the officials got that one right, although he was clearly outside the area himself, Lehman. The ball, crucially, and his hands weren't.
Well, it's Lehman that's got his side back in this game. I mean, the terrific save from Duca. Throwing the ball out from the edge of his box. Inside the box, as has been proved.
Xavier playing it in. Away by Gilberto to Adebayor.
But as we said earlier, Henry's around. 1-0's never enough. Lovely cushion touch to set himself up for the shot. He slid it past Brad Jones. Great bit of play behind me.
Well, we've had to wait a long time for the drama and the excitement here, but we've had plenty of it in this second half. Arca. Downing. It was a very good game, Hoyt. But that challenge was a bit late.
Well, what's Mike Riley doing here? I mean, it's total commitment for Hoyt. I think that's a little bit on the dangerous side. Does Mike Riley see it that way? He's telling him to settle down, no yellow card. A touch on the fortunate side. Certainly the Middlesbrough fans think so. A difficult afternoon, Hoyt. Trying to contain Stuart Downey.
It's a great free kick. Oh, it should have been 2-1, and he knows it, Mark Viduka.
That's terrific delivery here. He should do better. He gets in between Gilberto and Adebayor here at the back post. I mean, that's, well, not an easy header, but corner of the 6-yard box. You're expecting Viduka to do it a little bit better here. Heads that ball down the way. You've got to think it's a second goal for Middlesbrough.
I suppose who's gone off, whether it was something to do with that word of warning from the referee, we don't know. Nielsen on in his place. So that's been a complete change of plan by Arsene Wenger, who had Ali Adia and Walcott stripped and ready to bring on just before they scored their equalising goal. Henry's 12th of the season, incidentally. And on Rosicki. 10 minutes to go here. And since the hour mark, or just over it, Arsenal have only had 10 men. And you can only admire once again the resilience of Arsene Wenger's team. They've had plenty of superlatives heaped upon them for the quality of their football. They've shown so many times as well this season that they can dig in when they need to. And tonight is another example as Fabregas hits the ball wide.
That's why these players are playing for top clubs. Because of the resilience, obviously Arsene Wenger's worked hard in the spirit in the dressing room. They've shown that second half, showed it at Blackburn as well. And as I said time and time again, you get Henry up front. 1-0 down, 10 men, 9 men, don't care how many, he's always a threat.
He made the finish look simple. I'm sure it was anything but. Adebayor had a big part to play in the goal, but no, that one all wrong. Strange that two footballing sides have got their goals by the most direct route. Arca. Here's Taylor. Fortunate to find Downing by accident. Viduka. He's got stronger in this game. Let it run. Arca. Xavier. Boateng's cross. Arsenal continue to defend well.
They have defended the penalty box well, but it's a poor ball in by Boateng there. 3 Middlesbrough players at the back post, couldn't beat the first man.
Gilberto just slotted into the hole left behind by the red card of Senderos, and proves what we've known all along, that if you're a great player, you can play anywhere on the field. He looks as though he's been a centre-back all his career, doesn't he?
Well, we're talking about a World Cup winner here, you know, you're not talking about an ordinary player.
Downing. Fabregas helped it out of the area to Adebayor. It's good hold-up play. Pocatés wins it back from Middlesbrough. They'll be disappointed if they don't take all 3 points here. Morrison for that. Yakubu. Well played, Rosicki. Adebayor. Fabregas. Well, it would be typical of Arsenal to keep pushing on here, looking for a winner. I'm sure most teams, having come back from a goal down with only 10 men, would settle for that. But they're not most teams.
No, I don't think they're playing for a point. I think they're pushing bodies forward, if anything. I'm quite sure Terry Henry's pretty determined to win this game.
A hint of controversy about both the goals, but I think the replays proved that they were both valid. They awarded the penalty, and certainly Lehmann's position when he launched the ball downfield for Henry's equaliser. Bayor trying to sneak in here. He's big enough, I don't know how he got there unnoticed. He's held off Woodgate.
Brad Jones should have dealt with the through ball there. I think Woodgate thought he was going to. He never. Adebayor never gave up in it.
And just to underline the point about Arsenal wanting to win this game, they're going to bring on Jeremy Aliadier, albeit it will be another forward he will replace in Adebayor. It's done well, Adebayor. Likened by so many Arsenal fans to the younger version of Kanu, and he has that same mixture of strength, unpredictability, skill.
He's definitely a lookalike, there's no question about that. I think he's going to be a striker that ends up scoring more goals than Kanu. We all know Kanu's having a terrific season. This moment in time with Portsmouth, he's always been particularly prolific. I think this guy has more experience, a bit older, maybe a bit stronger, expecting to score more goals.
And in his place, Aliadier, who got his 4th goal of the season against Tottenham in midweek. They've all come in the Carling Cup. Got involved quickly. Into the last few minutes now. Will there be a hero? Will there be a villain? Yakubu. Turned out to be a good ball that for Marca. Downing pushed it ahead of himself. And Toure matched him pace for pace.
Forget it when you're a forward chasing a through ball. If Tourie's after it as well, he's going to get there first.
Just a reminder about tomorrow's games live on Sky Sports 1 and high definition 1. Livingston against Celtic in the Scottish Cup, and from the Barclays Premiership, Tottenham versus Manchester United. Again, Sky Sports 1 in high definition, starting at 3, that one. Henry. Captain has worked his magic again to possibly rescue a point for his side here. Rosicki was being held. Harsh card for Marker.
Well, Rosicki's away from him, he's pulling at him. It's a booking nowadays.
Fabregas.
Well, if this finishes 1-1, I think it's pretty much a fair result. And you expect Middlesbrough, when they go 1-0 up from the Yakuba penalty, they're sending off his Enderos, going on to win the game. Lehmann pulls off a great save from Viduka. Maybe gave Arsenal a little bit of a lift. But Arsenal, as you've said several occasions, Alan, terrific resilience. Henry determined to get his side, playing the captain's role, back into the game. That's done. Well taken goal. I think the draw would just be a bit right.
Into the 90th minute of the Riverside. And Middlesbrough have lost possession. Good early layoff by Ali Adier, who goes for the return. Well, it was a strong tackle. It had to be accurate, and it was from Pogatetz.
Oh, it was desperate, I'll tell you. He was a worried man there, Pogatetz. Ended up a brilliant bit of defending. Ali Adier was through there.
She turns to find it. Thierry Henry, who skipped round the challenge from Morrison. Now Xavier comes to face him. Clever ball for Fabregas. He might have done better then. Arsenal still looking for a winner. Danielson. Flamini. Here's Rosicki. That's a good turn. That looked close.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got Brad Jones scrambling across his goal here. Nearly opens his account. Rosicki, good little turn, looks up. He's hit that from a long way, but he's hit it well. Not Brad Jones worried here. I really don't think any side deserves a winner. Arsenal certainly haven't been at their best. Nearly got it here. Pogatetz worried. Great challenge. Beautifully timed tackle.
Well, to call that crucial is an understatement. Danielson. Rosicki's given it away, but he couldn't accept the gift. Volleyed forward by Kolo Touré. He's got to keep his eyes on that one, Pogatetz, and did. Solid game he's had.
Well, before the game, I think Southgate would have been happy with a point, no doubt about that. But I think after going 1-0 up, Arsenal reduced to 10. He'd be expecting all three.
Yakubu. Here's Arca. Xavier. Deep into stoppage time now. Boateng, Middlesbrough captain. Intercepted by Fabregas. Clichy. Sloppy ball straight to Xavier. Still a chance for a winner, perhaps. Yakubu. Here's Downing. Viduka far post making his run now. Oh, vital interception by Touré. They haven't given up on a potential victory yet, Middlesbrough. Downing. Yakubu. final throw of the dice, perhaps, for Gareth Southgate's team here. Boateng. On to Xavier. It's a clever little ball for Morrison.
That's not a good ball in for young James Morrison in the right wing there. Smashes it across the goal. Well, is this a bit of time wasting? Gareth Southgate settle for the point.
Viduka will go off to a standing ovation. Thoroughly deserved. The player who's been out for a couple of games with a hamstring problem seemed to get stronger as the game wore on. Made a vital contribution. His header on, set up Yakubu for the incident that led to the penalty. Replaced now by Malcolm Christie.
Viduka very close to putting this game beyond Arsenal as well. Great save by Lehmann at the near post after terrific bit of football with Viduka.
Well, we know that Arsene Wenger's team can play the beautiful side of the football game. And we now know as well, once again, that they can dig in and do the ugly things when it's necessary. And they dug deep into their reserves here after Yakubu had given Middlesbrough the lead from the penalty spot and Senderos was sent on. There was still half an hour to go at that stage. Thierry Henry came up with another perfect finish to equalise, and in the end, a draw. The right result, I think. Middlesbrough 1, Arsenal 1.
Well done, Alan. Just about making himself heard above the PA announcer. And he was right, it could have gone either way, but Thierry Henry, not for the first time, and I'm sure not for the last, had the last word. And a very good little run out from Malcolm Christie as well. Thought he was excellent in the 2 seconds that he was on the field. Jens Lehmann, well, he can't keep out of the news. Maybe on his way at the end of the season. Might have got a red card at various intervals during the course of the day. But he always has something to say, no matter what the issue. But he's played his part, and Arsenal head back to London with a point. Their position in the table will be unchanged. Middlesbrough are actually down 1 on the course of the day to 12th with 32 from 26, but they're overall moving in the right direction and nudging towards a top half position, which they haven't been in for more than 24 hours since September. Arsenal still fourth, 46 from 25, 4 behind Liverpool, 11 behind Chelsea and 14 behind Manchester United, having played the same number of games. Perhaps even Arsene Wenger, if United win tomorrow at Spurs, will admit that the title race has come to an end. Talking of Manchester United, one of several live games tomorrow. Scottish Cup 4th round tie, first of all. Livingston against Celtic, 12:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. And then Spurs and Manchester